Okay, today I'm going to show you how to make a Rainbow Promises poster. For this you'll need some newspaper to cover your table with, some rainbow coloured paints and a paint tray to put it on. I'm just going to use the lid from an ice cream container. We're going to do handprints, so a sponge or something to put the paint on the kids' hands, and then something to clean up their hands with afterwards. Glue, although I'm going to use something like slightly less permanent with blue tack and some double-sided tape. You need 8 CDs that you can throw away, an eraser and pencil, a red texter or any other colour, although red works best, and some scissors. Let's start by getting rid of all of this. Firstly, cover your table all over with newspaper. We know how messy kids can get, so if you don't want your table to get dirty, cover it with newspaper. Then get your 8 CDs and lay them in a rainbow pattern. I'm only going to do a small poster because my computer video camera won't allow me to do anything any bigger, but you might want to do a huge one, leave more space between the CDs. Okay, next get your pencil and draw circles through your rainbow. This is going to be the red colour, the CDs, for our rainbow. So draw a line inside that, or orange. Okay, as you can see, mine's become quite small. I don't even know if you can see the pencil on the camera, but it really does work better if you do a really big poster of this. It looks really effective on the wall and it gives kids room to do handprints rather than just finger painting. Okay, next what you need to do is mark where your CDs are going to go and then take them off. So if you just draw a line around them, it'll give you an idea when you're painting of where they're going to go, but you don't want to get paint on your CDs. So just draw a line. Now remove your CDs so that you don't get paint on them when you're painting. Now the next step is to paint. So start by mixing your colours. I just have the primary colours, so I'm going to mix them up. Now I don't want to paint red. Red is going to be done by the CDs around the top like I showed you before. So I'm going to mix some orange here, so a bit of red and yellow. Let's see what kind of an orange this turns out. Ooh. A bit more yellow in that. If you're working with kids, I suggest you mix all the colours ahead of time. It can be a bit time consuming, and little kids especially don't want to wait for you to do this. And if you leave it to the kids, they'll keep putting in the wrong colours probably, and you'll end up with tons of paint. Okay, now because I'm doing such a small poster, I'm not going to do full handprints. If you were doing it with little kids that had smaller hands than I have, you might want to do full handprints on it. It looks really cool, but mine's small, so I'm just going to do fingerprints. So paint your section, all of the orange section, with your painting your fingerprints or your handprints, or you might want to paint it properly. I reckon that doing handprints looks really cool. It's also great because it's an identifier of the kids, you know, especially if you've got little kids, they can't write. You may also have problems taking photos of them to be able to display in your church for privacy reasons, but everybody's fingerprints and handprints are unique, so this is a really good identifier of the kids. There you go, orange. Now do that for all the rest of the colours. Make sure that you make it really nice and bright and cover the whole page up So I'll just keep doing this for a while. If you're doing it with little kids and you want to get the rainbow the right colour, you could start by doing your own handprint or fingerprint on the page in each of the colours, just to remind the kids which colour goes where, or you're going to get a very colourful rainbow, which may not be a bad thing actually. Okay, so that's my rainbow done. When the paper's dry, you might want to actually go around and draw the distinction between each of the colours. Gee, my text is not very good. Make sure you get a better texture than mine, but you might want to go around and draw it all. I'm not going to do that now because my paper's still wet and you might smudge the colours. Okay. While that's drying, we can prepare our letters for the rainbow. So we said at the beginning that we were going to have our CDs on here to make the word promises. But obviously our CDs don't actually make the word promises. So what we're going to do is cut out 8 bits of paper that are the size of the inside of our CD, or maybe slightly bigger, to stick on our CD, and we're going to write one letter from the word promises on each one. So it'll spell out P-R-O-M-I-S-E-S, promises. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm just tracing around the centre of the circle of the CD. Doesn't need to be really neat, especially when it's kids doing it. Then I cut around it, around the outside, slightly bigger than the actual circle in the centre of the CD. This will just mean that, that the letters that we write will be nice and big. Okay, so there's my circle. Then we're going to write the letters from the word promises. So writing a big P, the first letter in our word. Okay, I'm choosing to do my letters in red because they're covering the red spot of our rainbow, but I guess you can do whatever colour you want. You could do rainbow colours if you really wanted. Okay, once you've done all eight letters, get some glue, although I'm going to use some blue tack, I reckon, for now, and stick them on each of your letters. Okay, so that's my 8 letters done for my word promises. The next thing you need to do is to once again grab your glue if you're going to use glue. I'm going to use blue tack and stick them all on your page. Kids say glue lying on the letters upside down. Using glue to very easily afterwards. So ta-da! Promises. Okay, next thing we need to do is write a title for our poster. So if I get all of this away from the top, grab your permanent marker. Now you might want to use red like I said before, or any other colour. I've got a few here to choose from. I might go, I don't know, maybe some green just for a change. You need to write on the top, God keeps his, and then we've got the word promises. So I'm just going to lean in front of the camera and I'm going to write it out.